Monday, December 15th. And, yep, we're doing this again. We're so doing this again. You would think that Tashala Dickerson will learn from Patrice over in Cali that money laundering and $50,000 worth of homes and fancy cars and all, you would think that she'll learn her lesson about this from, you know, our friend Patrice in California. Oh, mm. And the link got is in the description below. Feel free to read. But let us seek our teeth into why Tashala Dickerson of Oklahoma City was arrested. And it goes as follows. The executive director of Black Lives Leader in Oklahoma City has been charged with wire fraud and money laundering after federal prosecutors said she diverted more than $3.15 million in return bail checks into her personal bank accounts over a 5-year period. So you mean to say you've been doing this for 5 years? You mean to say you've been doing this for 5 fucking years? And basically defrauding the very people that you are willing to support? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? According to an indictment unsealed on Thursday. So this is basically less than 100 and it's basically 100 hours old, because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So basically 100 hours old. Fresh, hot off the press as of Thursday. So, Tashala Sherry Amora Dickerson, 52, of Oklahoma City, is accused of routing money intended for the group bail fund and social justice programs into accounts she controlled between June 2020 and October 2025. You mean to tell me between June 2020, which is basically year of COVID, and October 2025, which is 2 months ago, you was funneling, you was pumping pumping your own coffers. You were pumping your own fucking coffers with the social bail money, the group bail money, and social justice system programs that you was overseeing. You was funneling that into your own coffers between June 2020, which is basically when COVID was alive and kicking, to October of 2025, basically 2 months ago. Soon to be 3. So the indictment actually states that Dickerson used the money for her own personal benefit. Yeah. I keep saying that Black Lives Matter is a fucking scam. Keep telling people that. They don't want to fucking believe me. And if you say no, they're not, you're an asshole. They couldn't travel to the Jamaica and the Dominican Republic tens of thousands of dollars in retail shopping, more than $50,000 in food deliveries, a vehicle, and 6 real properties. Yeah, this sounds familiar, doesn't it? California. According to the DOJ, or the Department of Justice, the press release covering the indictment BLM OKC has raised more than $5.6 million beginning in 2020, including major grants into the community, justice exchange from the Massachusetts Bail Fund and the Minnesota Freedom Fund. You don't fucking say. Those organizations routed most of the money through the Alliance of Global Council, or the AFGJ, which served as BLM OKC's physical sponsor, and required all funds to be used for tax-exempt purposes permitted under Section 501c3. AFGJ also prohibited real estate purchases without its approval and required BLM OKC to fully account for expenditures upon request. You don't say. Prosecutors said Dickerson instead deposited at least $3.5 million into return bail checks into her own personal accounts, rather than into BLM OKC's accounts. So you're basically pumping the coffers of the organization that you oversee into your own coffers for your own fucking benefit. Like, yeah. Basically, to show and learn that Patrice had the same exact problem over in California, and now she's doing this right there in the Midwest. Read. Dickinson served as the group's executive director beginning in at least 2016 and have access to BLM OKC's bank, PayPal, and Cash App accounts according to the indictment. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, the DOJ, she basically she did a FAFO moment, because to be abundantly clear, you're not supposed to, when you're over an organization that is popularized, just know if you fuck around, find out, and they gonna get you one or the other. Don't believe me. Don't just ask Patrice over in California. I think they got her too. I think they got her as well. And it's showing, if you click on the link, there's a video, there's a photograph with this Ilhan Omar, which is the congressman from from Minnesota. And of course, Dickerson posed for a selfie. Give me a break. All right, prosecutors alleged that the misconduct began during the period when national bail funds allowed BLM OKC to obtain portions of the return bail money to build a revolving bail fund to support the stated mission. In 2022, BLM Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, a separate national organization affiliated with BLM OKC, became under scrutiny after the New York Magazine reported that they had purchased a $6 million California property using donor funds. Oh my God. Donor funds, huh? But you got one grifter in California doing this. Now you got a grifter in OKC doing this. Ain't no love in Oklahoma. Just a lone black train. Sorry, Luke Combs. Attorney memos shows senior leaders discussing how to manage questions about the House, which the group said is intended to serve as a creative and community space. The reporting ignited debate at the time over financial transparency and oversight within national BLM associate organizations. When contracted by Dickerson's charges, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation spokesperson said BLM practices a model of decentralized leadership. Yeah, really. Yeah, right. Fuck you. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation operates independently from local chapters, and the local chapters operate independently of the foundation. The foundation remains committed to transparency and integrity. Yeah. Until one of your executive directors, FAFO, about and had basically swindled $3.15 million fucking dollars from your organization for and spent $50 million on food deliveries, a fucking car, and trips to Jamaica and the Dominican Republic. Yeah, make that make sense. All right. Read. The foundation remains committed to transparency and integrity and disrupting with philanthropy looks like in the service of black people, the spokesperson said. He's a fool of shit. This spokesperson is a fool of fucking shit. The grand jury returned a 25-count indictment on December 3rd, charging Dickerson with 20 counts of wire fraud and 5 counts of money laundering. She faces up to 20 years in federal prison for each wire count and up to 10 years for each money laundering count, along with potential fines up to $250,000 per charge. This woman won't live enough to even get out of prison. She's 52, isn't she? She won't live long enough to get out of prison. All charges are merely allegations, and Dickerson is presumed innocent unless proven guilty. All right. You know how we here in the States, have this proven against guilty? If she tried that shit in Japan, oh, they're going to have her locked up in a cell and have her swallow the fucking key. Don't blame me. As call is fucking gone. This case was invested by the FBI Oklahoma City Field Office in the IRS criminal investigation. And Fox News Digital did, in fact, reach out to Black Lives Matter, OKC, and the Alliance for Global Justice for comment. This was reported by Fox News correspondent Dave Spunk and Fox News Digital's Ron Blitzer. He contributed to this. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say Black Lives Matter is a fucking scam, I don't mean that to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be kiki. I don't mess around when it comes to that. If you want to donate your hard-earned dollars to a scam organization, that's you. But I don't want to donate my hard-earned dollars on to that. I mean, I don't want to do that. And me personally, and if you don't want to spend your hard-earned dollars to donate to a scam organization, I suggest you don't do it either. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your money. But if you're smart, I suggest you don't do it. This show is Carrington Halls for Monday, December the 15th. And thank you for spending this time with me, and wherever it's morning or night, noon or night. And until next time, I'm signing off.